So tip number one, the relationship starts immediately. What I mean by that, for you to sleep good at night after having to make such a tough decision, or at least the only way that I have found success in sleeping after these decisions, is if I've provided above and beyond, invested time, focused on development, and giving the employee every opportunity to continue to develop their skill set to meet the objectives or deliver the performance that the organization expects. That's whiteboarding, that's conversating, that's weekend calls, that is every single lesson, skill, perspective, philosophy. Leave it on the table. They deserve to get everything you have to offer. That's leadership. Lead them through. Do not just hit them on the head and say, go figure it out. So number one, you must, in retrospect, with confidence, know that you left everything on the table. You gave them everything you had, and unfortunately, they didn't make it. Number two, open, clear, transparent communication regularly. They should know exactly where they stand, where their areas of opportunity and strengths reside, what specific expectations you have of them, what targets they must deliver, what does success look like, etc. The number two is where a lot of people fail, team. A lot of people struggle with difficult conversation, let alone the termination. People struggle to identify the flaws or areas of opportunity within employees. Better yet, they don't have trouble identifying them. They have trouble building enough courage and confidence to sit that individual down and have that open, honest conversation, because it's awkward for both of you. But I promise you, you're doing your employee a massive disservice if you're not open, honest, transparent very regularly about where they stand. And then lastly, it's clear documentation. So you can recall when the decision comes and you are accountable to make the tough decision to inevitably, let's face it, take food off somebody's table. That's what you're doing. Whether, depending on your organization and expectation, whether you are tracked deliverable dates, project deadlines, output, outcome, production-based roles, performance scorecards, competency-based models. Before you make a final decision, you want to have clear documentation that you can stare at objectively and say, I left it all on the table. I gave them every piece of development, skill set, perspective, and philosophy that I have. I was open, honest, transparent very regularly, and I have clear documentation of not only our coaching conversations and development that we work together on, but I also have objectively the outcomes that said employee was unable to accomplish over a certain duration of time. With those three things and those three things at a minimum, you should feel good personally about the level of effort that you put in before you made the decision.